This was the good part. The baby ducks couldn't have been more than a week or two out of the eggs, and I started feeding them. Went to Walmart and got some chick food. Had them coming and following me right along, as I'll show you in a little bit. While I was down there, I became quite attached to these baby ducks, and I almost would have changed my ticket to stay there and take care of them, but I'd have to be there for a few weeks, so I had to come home. But I love them. This is Tarpon Springs, sponge capital of the United States. They used to do a lot of sponge diving. Now there's not so much. But we went here on Sunday after the hurricane, which happened on Wednesday into Thursday. Now Tarpon Springs is busy just like any resort area, usually. But on this day, there was only a few handful of cars that we saw going down the main street, which you'll see in a second. That dock was the only damage we could see on the waterway, but of course, the water could handle it, the boats could handle it. But in Tarpon Springs business area, they had 4 feet of water in the stores. And you can see how empty it is. It usually would be bumper to bumper, moving at a snail's pace. The boat was so pretty, I just had to get it in here. Now this photo is untouched. It's right about sunset time in Tarpon. Coming up are 2 photos showing 2 separate stores that had 4 feet of water in, and they've already torn them out to start the process of putting them back together again. This is the bad part. Tarpon is not a very high area. Some homes are built higher than others, and this was on Sunday. The houses were already getting stripped because mold can start to grow in 12 hours, I'm told. And it just, after driving street after street, I came home feeling quite sad for all those people, because my daughter knows people who did lose everything. And there's thousands of people. There's kids who aren't going to be able to stay in their neighborhood school because they'll have to go someplace else to live, so they won't have that support from their teacher and other students. And the stories go on and on. But this cast a pall on my whole trip. As you can see, some houses seem to be unscathed unless the people just haven't started stripping them. But this is what Tarpon looks like. You'll have water around many homes because of all the little lagoons. People like to live there because they can have a boat dock out in their backyard. So this is just kind of a trip through Tarpon. On the left you've got the lagoons, and it doesn't show very much damage there because they just rose up in water. It was the storm surge, the water being pushed by the wind, that went into the homes that did get damaged. Some are built up high nowadays. Anytime an old home in Tarpon gets sold and someone comes in to build a new one, they're building it higher. And I think in some places it's building codes they have to be 10 or 11 feet above the ground. See, look at that beautiful place. They did not get water. And these, you can tell by the window styles, the older homes intermingled with newer homes. If I did live in Florida, which I do not want to, but if I did live there, I'd want to live in Tarpon Springs. It's just so beautiful. Small town feel. And this is, you can tell, this is a new corner. This view is great big vacant lots. They are dumping all the refuse. You hire a company to come in and get your stuff. They're allowed to bring it here, and then the city, county, or somebody is going to take it someplace else. I don't know where, but that whole, there's about 10 acres there that's getting loaded up. Here the mother duck is in the water swimming to me with her 8 ducklings. She was on the grass, but I didn't get my camera going quick enough, so She's making a beeline over to get fed. This was the good part of my trip. It's easy to get ducks to come to you. I had fun doing it. Here's Mom with the 8 babies at my daughter's back gate. She's always right close by, keeping track of them. She could fly away to save herself, but she won't because she won't leave them. To me. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's a gator out there. You can see right that thing above the water level is a gator. Come on, Mama, we gotta get you over safe. One got eaten last night. Now, after I finally got the mother and the babies away, we were standing over at my daughter's yard, and the gator comes out to the shore with a big fish in its mouth. And that blue heron had been, I don't know why it just sits there. Looks to me like it'd be worried about getting eaten, but I guess maybe it's waiting for some leftovers. So we're all watching it from across the pond. That's why I couldn't zoom in anymore. My iPhone was at the max. And alligators are protected down there. I would not want that outside my fence. Look at that. After all that, we need to change the mood to something happier. This is Florida Christmas tree ornaments. Don't you just love them? You won't find just red and silver balls down there. Everything's, at least at the Bells department store, it's Florida all the way. Beautiful ornaments. Let it snow somewhere else. I personally love snow, so I would not want that one. I do like this. Flip-flop repair shop. That little sign was $25. And this is just another little view of a Tarpon Springs lagoon right before sunset. And the next one is, we went further out close to Fred Howard Park for this sunset picture. And there were 7. One got eaten last night.